that will be responsible for tomorrow's future. And it is the youth of today that will be willing to tackle the future adventure. Good morning to one and all present over here. This is me, Jeshika Neupane from Bijeshwori, Gyan, Mandir, Sainik, Mahavidyalaya. And I am here to speak on the topic, the role and importance of youth in NCC. The National Cadet Corps, or NCC, also known as Rashtriya Seva Dal in Nepali, was established in Germany by the soldiers returning from the Crimea War. It was first named as Nationalist Brigade, but was later renamed as National Cadet Corps. From the day of establishment till today, NCC has never lagged behind in any kind of volunteering work. In fact, NCC really is one of the largest uniformed volunteering organizations in the world, which has been committed with an aim of developing discipline, patriotism, leadership, honesty, and the feeling of social service in today's generation, especially in the youth like us. Youth, who are they? What are their roles and their responsibilities in the society and in the nation? Well, when I asked this question, most of you had probably thought that they are the future of our nation. I agree, but they are not only the future, but are also the present pillars of our nation. For example, in order to build these buildings and these houses, we need a lot of pillars to support it, right? Exactly. In a similar way, in order to support the organization like NCC, youths really are the pillars here, as without the youth, no such organization like NCC would have existed. And later, these youths will turn into a responsible and a patriotic citizen who will be driving the future car of our country. For further example, we can look at a country like Singapore. Singapore is one of those countries in the world which has the highest GDP in the world and is ranked at the top in the Global Youth Development Index. This here really showcase the importance of youth and the importance of youth in nation building, as it is the youth who will be developing that nation in the future. The call of adventure wakens us all, but the question here is that, are you all ready for the adventure? As the youth as well as the trained cadets here, you all must say that, yes, we are ready for this adventure. The adventure to carry the responsibility of our country in our back, and the adventure of fulfilling the needs of our future citizen, and the adventure of fulfilling the needs of our future citizen as well as our country. To understand this topic even better, let's come up with another example. If unfortunately an environment takes place in a locality or even in a country, then you being an youth as well as a trained NCC cadet, what would you do? Would you just shout, run and panic here and there like every other person? Or would you be brave enough to remember yourself as the fourth security force of the country and will go and provide your help? Yes, you all may have different views and opinions regarding it, and I do respect it. But I really hope that most of the youths here chose the second option. That is, you will go and provide your help. Well, I'm saying it because this is exactly what NCC have taught its youth. To be brave, to be patriotic and selfless, which really is the most needed virtue in today's generation. Today, youth not only in Nepal but across the world are being a part of NCC and are volunteering in different activities. They are providing their help from disaster management to social services and are always being ready to fight for their nation. Now, here's a fact. NCC is known as a secret contributor to national building and national security. And do you think that it would ever have been possible without the endless efforts of the youth? Of course not. It is the youth who have been helping NCC since the first day, and today, the youth of NCC are even conducting different programs such as blood donation program, tree plantation program, visiting orphanages, and are volunteering in pandemics such as COVID-19, which really makes them the role model of today's generation. Today, now, some people might say that they are just the youth. How can their role be so much important in NCC? Well, I completely disagree here because before saying it, you must realize that it is the youth who will be responsible for your future tomorrow and it is the youth who will be your leader tomorrow. The youth who have been a part of NCC are more focused towards their nation than any other youth of the country. Standing here, I remember my first day in NCC. I was very enthusiastic to be a cadet that I am today. But before joining NCC, I was actually like every other youth who dreamed of completing my higher studies and then going to foreign land in order to complete my education and in order to build my future career. But after being in cadet, I have felt the responsibility of my nation in my soldier, and now I no longer dream of becoming a foreign slave. Instead, I dream of becoming someone who will be serving my nation, with a lot of devotion and with a lot of dedication within me. I have realized my role and my importance in this organization, and I really believe that every other youth here should also realize their role and their importance, not only in the nation, but also in this organization, NCC. To conclude, I would say that every youth of the country should be provided with the training of NCC, as NCC really is the greatest platform for the youth to arouse a feeling of nationalism, to arouse a feeling of patriotism, and to arouse a feeling of love and responsibility towards their nation. At last, through my speech here, let me encourage all the youth out there to go and show your participation in NCC so that you would realize your importance and your role not only in NCC but also in your family, in your society, in your country, and in the whole world. Thank you.